Carmen Ball, and I'm here to invite you to a party. Arts Council of Enid is having a great party this spring. It's Mardi Gras time, and we haven't had a party for quite a while. Arts Council does them pretty well. And I'm here with David Hume, and we're going to talk a little bit about how much fun you can have and what a great time it's going to be. David, what do you think about Mardi Gras and the upcoming events?
Well, Mardi Gras means New Orleans type food. We're going to have some wonderful Creole and Cajun dishes from some of the best restaurants in New Orleans, and they're going to be made locally. And I think that you're going to enjoy the food selection. We're going to have red beans and rice and etouffee.
Etouffee. We got a secret taste of the test of whatever's going on, and oh my gosh, you will be amazed. It's all homemade. We were marveling about how cool that was, that it was all just wonderful.
What I thought was fun was when Kathy was telling us about how many onions we had to cut.
Okay, you got the we gotta cut onions. So not only is the Arts Council having the party, but we're also cooking, because we have some darn good chefs on our board.
We do.
And you will be surprised by how good the food is. This is not barbecue and hot dogs. This is great, good cuisine. As David mentioned, etouffee, we've got gumbo, and there is this wonderful corn dish that I can never remember. Machu? Does that sound quite right? That's not quite right.
Not quite right.
Kathy,
jambalaya.
Jambalaya,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. And you mentioned my favorite, red beans and rice. All of this will be a great start before as a Mardi Gras kickoff.
Yes.
This will all be at a wonderful location. It'll be at the Highland Towers Ballroom. And I mean, you can't imagine a more classy place to serve classy food and have a great evening.
That's right, and there's entertainment too.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a Zydeco band from Wichita called the Mudbugs.
And that we have heard them before because they've played on Prairie Home Companion before. But
they have quite a following.
Zydeco from Wichita just sounds a
little
wrong,
odd, doesn't it? It just sounds wrong, but they're really supposed to be pretty good.
They are. And you can go on YouTube and listen to clips of them. It'd be a great time to listen to and dance. There are such limited places in the winter to dance in Enid. Just get out, eat great food, dance. It will be a wonderful
evening. Get ready for an austere Lent.
Well, there is that. Upcoming. You'll have plenty of time to decide what you're going to give up for Lent, so there's that. If you're interested in tickets, they're available on the Arts website, Arts Council website, enidarts.org. And we also have some posters around town, very bright colors, so you'll be able to see them in the windows and look for a little bit more information. But probably the easiest way is going to the website and checking those out. It'll be a great late Valentine's Day present for
it sure would.
For the two of you. There are so many things going on in Enid. We just want to convince you that this is a great way to spend a time. And if you've learned anything from Arts Council fundraisers in the past, we throw a great party.
We do.
It's always fun to raise money, have a good time doing it, and then the money goes out for so many good purposes. We were talking about why we'd gotten involved in Arts Council. David, just shortly, why did you get involved with Arts Council?
Well, I've always tried to support, all through my business career, I tried to support the arts in Enid. And when I retired from insurance a few years ago and started Park Avenue Thrift with Paula Nightingale, we give to broad community quality of life projects, and Enid Arts Council is one of those.
And I'm just amazed. I like supporting the arts in all different areas.
Yes.
People probably think of me more related to Gaslight, but there are so many cool events that go on in all different avenues of the arts in Enid. And Arts Council really, truly tries to help support most of them if they can. And again, depending on the fundraising that we do. I asked one of the people to put a list together of all the things we've supported, and I only brought the first page because second and third pages just got too long for Pegasus. But Arts Council has supported great things. Something we do almost every year is lead guitar, which is teaching guitar and how much that helps with education in general in public schools. We also help a lot with Enid Public Schools with buying, if an art teacher wants to do a special project that's just not within their budget, we can help sponsor that. We've helped sponsor Chautauqua when they were doing Chautauqua in the schools. We've done so many things like that. Real Men Sing, which is a concert to show a little bit of what all's possible with the arts. Are there any other special projects that you love with the Arts Council?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Oh,
I need to refer to page 2 and 3.
I know that you love the Up With People campaign that we've helped support, because you guys went to see that. There are just so many different things that they've helped support. Some of the things with creative arts. They've just supported so many things with Enid Arts.
Center art program,
which is really vital on showing teachers and helping teachers that they can use the arts to help do reading, writing, and arithmetic. And a lot of surveys that shown that things that are taught with use of the arts, whether it be music or graphic arts or drawing, whatever, help cement fundamentals even more with kids in education. So that's the mission part of what we are. The fun part, of course, this time is with the Mardi Gras, and it will be so much fun. I just can't.
It'll be a great party.
It will be a great party.
And the food will be delicious.
The food will be wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the gumbo and the jambalaya. I think those are just my favorite. And for those of you who want other things, we'll have plenty of things with garlic and spice and all of that. And your red beans and rice, you can spice it up or cool it down, however you want to do it. But in March 1, our tickets are $75 a piece, and we would encourage you to buy tickets early because seating is limited.
Yes, it is.
And we really do want to fill it up, because the more people who come and help support the arts, we can, as the Arts Council, do even more exciting things.
That's right.
On our website, enidarts.org, you can look at tickets for this event. You can look at pictures from a lot of other events that we've had. A few years ago, we did the Artie Party, which was black and white and so much fun. We've done
chocolate and champagne in the past.
Okay, how could I forget that one? Because that was like my favorite,
Yes.
arts with chocolate. We've done a lot of really fun parties.
We have.
And I think this one will be the capstone of what we've done in the last couple of years.
And there's no silent auction. There's no live auction. So your ticket is your only cost.
Yes. You can come in and just have a great time. You can dance, talk with your friends, eat a lot of really good food, and take advantage of all those onions that David and I are going to have to.
Now, I thought if we did this show this afternoon, we didn't have to do the onions.
I think we don't cut dozens of onions.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes down to a few
I
onions.
see. Good.
No, we should have pulled that deal with Kathy.
We should have.
And there are some really great people involved in the event. Terry Johnson and Kathy Braley have really been the forerunners in putting this event together.
And Greg Stong.
And Greg Stong, thank you. He's done so much with getting sponsors together and all of that. I know Park Avenue Thrift has got a vital part of help bringing the band.
Yes.
And so we can have all that great
Our pleasure.
dancing and going around on the floor. So I guess dress
I think
how
it'll
you
be the
feel
first time
comfortable.
for live Zydeco music in Enid, Oklahoma.
I would not doubt that. I would not doubt that.
But maybe not the last time.
I hope not. I'm rather fond of Zydeco myself.
I am too.
I'm looking forward to the Mudbugs. I've never seen them in person, and I think that will be so much fun. Besides, the name's great to say, Mudbugs. Okay, all right. Let's see. We've talked about the food and how great it is. And you may say, what does Enid Arts Council know about making food that's Creole or Cajun? Well, we're fortunate this year that our president, Kathy Braley, lived in Louisiana for a number of years. She is a great chef, as we can both attest.
Yes.
And she collects recipes like crazy. We should probably be glad that she didn't live in Alaska for a while, because we would be doing Eskimo and Inuit dishes, which might not quite be as fun. Think about that. Mardi Gras with Inuit food. No, I don't think so. But so we have all these great recipes. And I don't know how she talked people out of some of these recipes, because they're from Antoine's. There are some recipes
Brennan's.
from Brennan's.
Mhm.
There's one of the recipes for that. And there were 3 or 4 other recipes from, if
Galatoire's, I think, is
yes,
another one.
thank you.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would say that one.
Well, there are
'cause
just great. There are great restaurants in New Orleans, and I've tried a lot of them. And what would warm you up more on the 1st of March than eating some good New Orleans type food?
And the way that the weather has been lately, so up and down,
Mhm.
it's going to be a great evening to do it no matter what the temperature is.
You bet.
And the only thing we probably can't do is break out into dancing on the parking lot if it's like it pretty much is this week.
I think there'd be a lot
It'd
of
be a
slip and
little
falls.
chilly, yeah. But otherwise, the ice will be saved for your beverage of choice
That's
and
right.
and not for the parking lot. So grab some friends, get on the website, buy some tickets. Heck,
Fill up a table.
fill up a table, bring some friends, and it'll be a great evening. Celebrating Mardi Gras, lots of great food. We're pushing the arts,
We are.
and it's a great thing.
The arts
to
are
be
alive
part
and
of.
well in Enid.
Definitely. And, with coming up with First Friday, there are so many things that happen on First Fridays. It's just amazing. So if you think there's nothing to do in Enid, please, if you're going to do nothing else in February and March, come do the Mardi Gras party that the Arts Council is doing on March 1. We encourage you to get your tickets early. So we'd like to have the place sold out, and so that it's always a great time when it's elbow to elbow.
You bet.
Is there anything else that we need to tell them for
I
a
don't
great
think so.
time?
I don't think so. Just come.
This is like scratching on Pegasus' wall for a great time. Don't call, but get on the Enid Arts website and get tickets for the Mardi Gras. And it just great food, great dancing, great company.
Hope to see them all there.
Definitely. And all your friends, bring them. So we will signing off for David Hume and Carmen Ball. That is it for the Arts Council and the Mardi Gras party of Enid.
Welcome back to Community Talk. My name is Mark Anzalone, and my guest today is Crystal Randall with the Learning RX. And hi, Crystal. Now, I've heard some rumors that you can do miracles at the Learning RX for people who are struggling in school and at work.
Well, I don't know that I would quite call it miracle workers, but yes, we can make life a lot easier for people who are struggling with cognitive problems.
That sounds great. I have here one of the books that you offer for interested clients, Unlocking the Einstein Inside.
Yes.
And apparently you do brain training work.
Yes, we do. What we do is we work with children and adults who need to make their brain work better. And it might be because they have a learning disability, it might be because they've had a brain injury, it might be they just want to get ahead in their job. Whatever it might be, we can make their brain process information better, and we can make things easier and faster.
Well, that sounds amazing. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how the Learning RX got started in Enid?
Actually, Learning RX as an entity started many years ago and has been in existence as a franchise system for about 10 years. My experience with Learning RX does not quite last that long. I became interested in Learning RX because I was a teacher for many, many years, and then I also worked in teacher preparation at a university and realized that for some reason we weren't quite reaching everybody, and so I was constantly looking for something that would help me be a better teacher.
Sure.
And then I stumbled across the Little Brother program for Learning RX and started working with it about 4 years ago in Fairview. And then we evolved into the current system that we have now, where we have an office at 2106 West Willow, right across from Jumbo's, which is awesome.
Sure.
And we have children and adults, clients ranging from 5 years old. The oldest we've had at this point is 91.
No kidding.
Absolutely. We can make a difference no matter what your age is.
Well, that's very reassuring. Now, when I was in school many years ago, the theory was that you really couldn't change your intelligence.
We know that that's not true anymore.
Oh.
And we're talking in brain science in the last 10 to 15 years has come a long way. And so what we know now is your brain is wired from birth, but some rewiring can take place and help it become more efficient and to work better.
Well, can you tell me what you do there and who can benefit from the program?
Absolutely. Anyone can benefit from our program,
Great.
but we don't have just anyone walk in the door, obviously. What we do, if you were to become my client, the first thing that we would do is you would come in and we would do an assessment. We would use the Woodcock-Johnson, which is the gold standard in educational assessment right now.
Okay.
And we would assess your cognitive skills. Now, if you were a school child and you were assessed at school, they are looking at some more achievement-related skills than what we do. We look at more of the cognitive-related skills because cognition is where we work and achievement is where schools work, basically.
So you're not teaching information, you're helping the people, the brain remember information better. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what we do. We don't work on content. We don't teach history facts or science facts. What we do is our activities, we're kind of like a personal trainer for your brain. So when you take that test, we're going to come up with a profile for you and see where your strengths and your weaknesses are. And then we're going to provide you with a one-on-one trainer who is going to work to make those weaknesses much stronger. And what we do is we actually create new synaptic connections in your brain that are much more efficient, and they make things work faster, and they make things work better in your brain.
Well, can you give me an example of somebody who's been through your program and was successful?
I can give you many examples. Let's start with a 5-year-old. We had a 5-year-old who came to us, and he had been to the best preschool in town and all of that, and he was still lagging behind his classmates, and his parents were very concerned. So we did an assessment on him, and what we discovered was that he actually only knew about 5 or 6 letters in the alphabet when he came. And he was definitely behind because his brain wasn't quite wired for auditory processing. Had nothing to do with his ears, had everything to do with the way his brain processed information that he took in through his ears, and also the letter-sound correlations. So we worked with him for a while, and he now is in kindergarten. He's the top student in his class. He's loving school. He's so excited about school, and his parents are just ecstatic.
That's amazing. What about somebody who's at a college age level? Is it going to be as effective for somebody who's older?
Absolutely. A lot of it is how bad do you want it? We work with a lot of high school students who want to raise their ACT or their SAT scores, because those tests measure processing and the way your brain processes information. So they're different from your EOIs and those types of things at school, and they're not quite ready for that, some of them, because we know that to be successful in college, you have to be able to process differently. We have had college students who've come to us that have been struggling in college and have just really, been on academic probation and those types of things, worked with us for 24 to 32 weeks, and at the end of that, they are doing very well in college, achieving where they want to be, and their goals that they had when they started college actually may come true for them, and they were not going to in any way, shape, or form.
So you're saying in about 6 months' time, you're able to get enough progress that people are successful and at the level that they want to be
in about
performing
6
at.
to 8 months, we can very much change the educational future of anyone that comes in our office.
Well, that's very reassuring. I'm sure for parents of 3rd graders who are now confronted with the reading test that's required, the new legislation called Reading Sufficiency Act requires them to pass a test in order to pass the 3rd grade. Would you be able to help with something like that?
Actually, we can help a great deal with that. The test right now is scheduled in April, and this is February, so we're getting awfully close to that test.
Right.
We can make a difference at this point. It's going to depend on how severe the issues are. The first thing, of course, is to do an assessment and see what's going on. See if they need us for cognitive training or if they need something else like tutoring. Because tutoring is content, and we are not. We are making your brain more efficient in the cognitive processing. 2nd grade parents, Yes, absolutely. If your child is struggling in second grade, get in to see us and let's find out what's going on. If nothing else, you're going to have a baseline of knowing where your child is and where their strengths and their weaknesses are. And that's always, I'm a parent of 2 children. I want to know where their strengths and weaknesses are, and it's wonderful that you can do that. And we can do that, and then if there is a problem with cognition, we can bring them in and we can fix that problem so that when they enter 3rd grade, they're going to be doing much, much better.
That's great. Well, if somebody is interested in the program, how should they contact you?
They can reach us by phone at 580-540-3450, or they can come by our office at 2106 West Willow in Enid, or we have an office in Fairview at the Major County Economic Development Building.
And I understand that you actually have some clients who travel quite a distance in order to work with you.
Actually, yes. We have one family coming from Wheeler, Texas. We have another family coming from Liberal, Kansas. We have one from over near Tulsa, several from around Oklahoma City, because we are the only center that can have the amazing results that we can in the state of Oklahoma.
And so they're satisfied with the results that they're getting. Can you give me an example of someone else who's been successful with the program?
Actually, yes. We had a traumatic brain injury client who at 17 had an anoxic brain injury from a heart attack. And he was an honor student, and he lost the ability to read, and he lost all of his math skills.
Oh, how unfortunate.
It was terrible. In 24 weeks, we had him reading again and performing quite well. Math lagged behind. He came back last summer and did a 12-week session with us just focusing on math, and he has passed his college algebra class that he had not been able to get through, and he's seeing improvements every day.
So even people who've had traumatic brain injuries have a future if they know what to do.
Absolutely. We can help just about anyone to make their brain work better.
Have you discussed this with any of the neurosurgeons or any of the doctors in the area?
We have been to several of the doctors' offices to explain to them what we do. There are some that have referred us clients that are suffering like from ADHD, because we're very effective in reducing or eliminating ADHD medications by what we do. We've had others. We've worked with the Department of Rehabilitation Services before with clients to help them become job ready that needed they had needed brain skills developed, and we were able to do that for them.
So you're saying your program can actually make changes in people's behavior?
Absolutely. When your brain is not working the way it should, it controls all of your behaviors. And also when you're not learning the way you should, there are certain reactive behaviors that a lot of people develop and coping skills. And those will become less necessary as you get the skills that you need. And so you are much more effective in the job place.
Well, can you describe what it is you're actually doing there?
It's kind of like hiring a physical therapist. You hire them for your body. Well, you hire us for your brain to do the same thing. We're going to be doing one-on-one activities tailored to you and your profile, and they are going to, when you finish, you're going to be as mentally exhausted as if you actually had a physical workout.
Okay.
Because we are going to work your brain muscle, for lack of a better word, and make it work the way that it's supposed to do.
And are you the only person who does this at your office, or do you have other people helping you with that?
We have several trainers. I'm actually the center director. So when you come in, you will meet with me, and I will go over test scores with you, and we'll help design a program. And then I check in and out with parents and clients all the time. And then we have trainers that will actually work with them, because I can't work with every child because we have too many. But we have amazing trainers who do just fantastic work, and I let them train my children, so that way I know I can trust them to train other people's.
All right, great. Well, could you tell me once again, what your website is and phone number, so I would be able to pass that on to anyone who's interested?
Our phone number is 580-540-3450, and you can find us on the web at www.learningrx.com. Then you need to do a / and type in Northwest-Oklahoma. You also can find us on Facebook. We have amazing tips that go out every single day, brain-related tips and hints that go out on Facebook. Just do a search for Learning RX Northwest Oklahoma and you'll find us.
I have seen your Facebook page and the information that comes out there, and that's really fascinating, some of that information, not only about the program itself, but also what is the brain's potential and the research that's ongoing in the field.
It's amazing what we have available to us now.
That's wonderful. Well, I do want to thank you, Crystal Randall, for being on Community Talk today. Once again, my name is Mark Anzalone, and I hope you've enjoyed our discussion with Crystal Randall of the Learning RX.
Well, hello out there, Enid. I am so glad to be here today with a good friend of mine, Elaine Johns, and we're here to speak to you today about the Yes We Can Civitan Chiller Challenge. This is held in connection with the Vance Air Base and the Special Olympics project that's coming up here next month. Elaine, I tell you what, I'm so excited about this and how much work this what we've done for the community, what the community has done, and especially what the Air Base does for the community. Can you tell us a little bit about the Chiller Challenge, the Warren Eds Chiller Challenge Fun Run fundraiser for Special Olympics? What do you know about that, Elaine Johns?
Well, I might know a few things.
I bet you do.
But we're really excited to be a part of that.
Yes.
Vance Air Force Base has been hosting the regional track and field event for, I guess, almost 25, this is the 25th year
25.
that they've been hosting the event. And so it's amazing to see that actually happen. They have more than 200 volunteers that come together to help put that event on.
That's fantastic.
They open up the base for participation from track and field athletes, from Enid to Northwest Oklahoma. It's a regional event. And then from here, they qualify and go on to the state championships that are held in Stillwater. So we're really proud to have that in our community. We're proud of our airmen at Vance Air Force Base that host that event for us. But one thing that we need to do as a club, as a service club, and Yes We Can has been around for almost 10 years, and Yes We Can Civitan Club, our very first president was Warren Eds. And Warren was a disabled adult who wanted to give back to his community. And so we started this service club so that people with disabilities would have an opportunity to not only learn leadership skills, but they would also have a lot of opportunities like other service organizations to be able to do events and give back to the community. And so they've been, the Yes We Can Civitan Club was formed in 2005. And it has just been a tremendous asset to our community.
Yes.
They have put on several events to help with one of the biggest projects that we've worked on is the Vietnam Memorial Wall. Yeah. And they have hosted several events like the Red Dirt Run, the American Garfield Car Show. They participated in veterans events by posting flags during the parade. Yeah. They're just a tremendous amount of things that they do in the community. And so one of their special events that they have a deep heart for and love to do is to raise funds to help with the regional track and field event, because many of the athletes have participated in that. And so what we do is we have a, for lack of another word, a polar plunge where people can actually run into the chilling cold waters of Crossland Lake. And we've also added kind of a fun run or a 5K where they can run around the base, excuse me. They can actually run around the facility at Crossland Lake and be able to participate that way for those that don't really want to take that full challenge and run into those waters. We've been really privileged to do this for 7 years. Excuse me. And we feel like we're freezing for a reason. So this year we've decided to challenge everybody to toss your boss and run.
There you go.
And I hope you'll take part in that. What we want to do is we want you to seek pledges. Actually, we want your bosses to seek pledges for you, for them not to run into the water.
Ah.
So if they raise money at work,
Yeah.
and they raise, say they raise $200
Uh-huh.
to keep their boss from running into the water.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, that's what the boss would want. But this is what everybody's going to raise money is we're going to pledge $250 for our boss to run in the water. And so it's up to the boss to decide whether he's going to take that plunge or whether he might want to delegate that to somebody else.
There you go.
And
Maybe the one that
so-
started the drive to get the money.
Exactly. And so anyway, we want to challenge all the businesses out there to toss your boss and run. It's only $25 to participate in the fun run. And you can do that. Just sign up and the day of the event. Registration will open up at 8 o'clock, and we'll have a full breakfast there for people that want to come early. Have some hot cocoa and some breakfast
Where's this
sandwiches.
going to take? The sign-up's going to be.
This takes place at the Awaken the Fire Church, which is the little, it used to be the Davis Park Christian Church.
I know where that
That
is.
was right behind Crossland Lake. The address is 3320 North Van Buren. And they can sign up the morning of the event and come run around the lake with us, or walk around the lake in my case.
Yeah.
And so we've had great participation throughout the
we have.
years.
Yes, we
We've
have.
had Representative Mike Jackson, who's run into the water. Patrick Anderson has run into the water. John Enns has kicked our event off with
He's going to help again this year, isn't he?
I'm sure he will, but
John's a good man. I'm
he
sure
is a
he'll
very
help.
good man. And and some of the greatest participation has actually come from the airmen at Vance Air Force
Yeah.
Base. They join us. We've even had Colonel James ran into the water last year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, right after he ran that 5K all the way around the lake, turned around and plunged himself right into the water. Led the charge for those airmen to take the island. Did you know there's an island out there?
I was visiting with one of my friends about that just today.
Do you know that the very first year that we put this event on, the Air Force went out and took the island for the Air Force? They even plunged a flag into the island with the Air Force flag that was waving in the background.
Yeah.
Those are brave souls. Brave souls. But anyway, I think we've actually had an opportunity to walk on water during those events.
I
which
recall
always
one day
makes
we
it
had
fun.
Moses out there parted.
We did have Moses who parted
out
the
there
Red
parted
Sea. The costume contest.
I've got a picture of that. It was in the
Oh,
newspaper.
I'm telling you, we've had some great costumes.
Yeah.
It is a costume contest. We want everybody to come. Costume contest is at 9 o'clock. We've had people dressed as ice cubes. We've had people dressed as Moses. He did part the Crossland Sea for people to run to the island.
Yeah.
And we've also had Spider-Man and Superman and Captain America last year. And my goodness, I think we even had a colonel from the base.
Oh, really?
I won't mention his name.
Okay.
I think, but his last name is Terry.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I think
But
he's a
we won't.
farm-
We will not mention his
No,
name.
we won't mention that Colonel Terry showed up in a tutu.
In a
and
tutu.
and leotards. I would challenge his people to make him come again.
Oh, help me.
Because I'm telling you what, I
No,
don't know.
seriously, Air Base is fantastic about helping.
They
us.
are.
Yeah.
They've
All
always
joking
been
aside.
great to help support the event, not only hosting the regional track and field event at the base, but they also participate in this event to help us raise money to be able to put it on. It's several $1,000s to be able to host that event. The airmen at the base, it's not something that they can go out and solicit.
Yeah.
And so it takes people like our club
Yeah.
for us to be able to help provide all the food.
It's kind
that
of a
it
partnership.
takes. It is.
Yeah.
They host the event, and we're the ones that try to help make sure that they have everything they need to host it. And so we go out and solicit all the food donations.
Who are some of the local donors that have helped in the past?
Oh my goodness, we've had some wonderful people that have helped. Tinker Federal, Western Sizzlin', Wings to Go, Life Ambulance, Advanced Foods. My goodness, Advanced Foods gives us lots of things to help provide that on. Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Applebee's, Jumbo's, United, McDonald's, Ward Petroleum, Integris Bass.
Southside
Oh,
Recycling?
Southside Recycling, yeah, Mazzio's, all the pizza places, Pizza Hut, Mazzio's, Godfather's, Bass Construction has donated some money to help do that. Chili's, Applebee's, Starbucks, Cafe Garcia. I could go on. KOFM. They talk the fire out of that thing for us, and of course Pegasus, who helps us each year to promote the event. So we want you to come out and join us. It's a fun event. We have the registration and breakfast at 8 o'clock, costume contest at 9. The 5K runs starts at 9:30, and then of course the Dash and Splash starts at 10:15.
Well, now, help me out because I'm old and slow, okay? You've mentioned times and all the different things we're going to participate. Have you mentioned the date that this is going to take place yet?
Oh, I think we should do it every Saturday. So
Every
we can raise
Saturday.
lots of money.
But officially, when are we going to do it this time?
Officially, it is March 1st.
All right.
March 1st.
We're looking forward
Saturday.
to that. Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks away. So we're soliciting your help to be able to help make this event fun and exciting and raise some money so that we can help be able to support these athletes at that are attending these Special Olympics events.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you'll see these posters around town, and right down here we have a list of everybody that's participated. I would suggest and I would hope that the public will go out and tell these people how much we appreciate them helping out on the program here. They're just fantastic people. We get one of these little posters. I've got kind of a collection going of what we have every year, and it just makes me proud to be associated with Vance Air Base and with the Civitan Club. How many Civitan clubs do we have in town, by the way? I'm not sure.
We have 2.
2. Okay, we have 2 adult clubs. Am I correct? We have the Noon Club that meets every Friday out at the Civitan Senior Citizen.
Homes.
And then we have what we
Yes,
call
we
the Yes
can
We
at the
Can,
Wooden
meets
Nickel.
twice a month at the Wooden Nickel.
Then we have the College Club.
That's right.
At
They're
NOC.
adults too, are they not?
Yes, they are.
Okay, and then there's one other club, right?
The
Our
Chisholm
favorite
Trail.
one. Yeah.
Chisholm Trail Junior Civitan Club,
Yeah.
and that's comprised of children,
Yeah.
youth, that go out and actually do things in their in the community also, but they start doing it at a high school level.
Okay. Got 4 minutes. But anyhow, I'm so excited about this. I really am, and I appreciate what Pegasus is doing for us to allow us to put this program on.
I do too.
The
Don't know what we do without Pegasus.
The volunteers up there are fantastic people.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they
They're
really
great
are.
people.
And,
And we appreciate the announcements that are able to go out to the community to be able to educate everybody about what's happening in Enid. And so we do appreciate the time that they've given us to be able to do that.
and I've got one more question. This is pretty serious, so put your serious thinking cap on.
All right.
If there was one person in the community that you would like to see get thrown into the lake, who would you pick out? If we could get enough donated money, do you have a specific person that you'd like to see go run into the lake? You know what they say, go jump in the lake, jump in the lake?
I do. I do have one person
Now be
that
careful
I would,
because this goes out over the air.
I know it is. The one person that I would love to challenge to rally the troops is Ensign Benson.
There you go. And Eric would do that. Eric is a good guy.
He is a wonderful guy,
he's
and
got
I
a
think
tough
he would
position,
take that
but-
challenge and he would rally the troops up, and I would love for him to be able to do that to help support this event.
I do too. That would be fantastic.
He's one of my favorite people.
Maybe we could go to the city employees and get each one to donate $1. If each one would donate $1, that'd be a nice donation to get him jump in the lake, wouldn't it?
It would be. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
So it would be if we got Mark Porter from Advanced Foods to jump in the water.
That would be right.
Look how many employees Advanced Foods has. They have almost 1,800 here. Woo! We could raise a lot of money. We're with that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we're getting down close to the end of this, and I've just had a great time. I wish we had been able to get the other gentleman involved in this because he's a lot more knowledgeable about what the Air Base does. But you've done a fantastic job on getting us excited, and that's what we need to do, guys. Be excited. Donate to this. This is a great, great program for our community, and it's a good partnership between the citizens of Enid and the Vance Air Base personnel up there. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to that March the 1st. I'm not going to run into it, you understand, but I'm going to sit there and watch everybody else. I may even have a film camera, get some good pictures. I'm just excited about it.
Well, we do appreciate everybody that supports this
Absolutely.
event. This is our 7th year to host this, and so any money that's left over helps to provide scholarships to athletes that are attending regional state
60
events.
seconds.
So we're really pleased that we're able to help our Special Olympics athletes achieve their goals.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Elaine, I've had so much fun. We ought to do this, like you say, every week. What do you think? I'm saying goodbye. What are you saying?
Adios.
Adios. Thank you, Enid.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Hope Outreach Update here on Pegasus Community Talk. My name is Lee Langshaw, and with me today is Matt Lohman, our Executive Director. All day long.
All day long.
All day long.
Every
Matt,
day.
hello, Matt.
Hey, Lee, how are you doing today?
Well, it's a snowy February day,
Snowy February.
but it's warming up.
That's right. It's a melty February day right now.
All right.
Today. Hey, I got to ask you a question. Is the hat cheaper than a haircut? Is
Yes.
that why we went with the hat?
Yeah, that's
All right.
right.
That's
It's a cover-up. I put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it.
Actually, on my spending, I put a cap on it.
Put a cap on your spending. Very good.
But so how's everything going at Hope Outreach these days?
Things are going well. We're trying to dig out from the snow. That kind of slowed us down a little bit. And of course, I know many people understand, probably slowed down the donations, things you have in your garage or things you were going to give. So hopefully you'll catch up and we'll get all caught up here. And once all the snow thaws out and melts away. So
There's a
we're
lot of
looking
people
forward to
hadn't even
that.
been able to get out of the garage.
That's right. Yeah.
So-
And it's been so darn cold.
Yes,
So,
yeah, indeed.
so we're looking forward to some
Six-
nicer weather. And
16 even this morning.
yeah. But
So,
better days are on the horizon.
oh yes. Don't get out your Bermuda shorts yet, though.
Just not yet.
But tell us about what the donation stream, what people can do to help out with that, and what particular events that it can help with this right now.
Okay, yeah, and as we've talked about before, your used items, still valuable, but gently used items that you're not needing anymore, drop off at Hope Outreach Thrift Store. If you have a whole lot, then you can give us a call and we can come pick them up even. So 237-4673 is our store number. We'll schedule a pickup and get those picked up from you. But we are open 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Thursday, and then 9 o'clock to 9 o'clock on Friday and Saturday. So we'll take donations any of those times. So
Awesome.
all those hours. We do ask that people not drop off after hours, simply because, as I mentioned before, I've seen on the video where somebody backs up after hours, drops off a nice couch or something very nice that they want us to be able to use, and then it's probably not 2 or 3 minutes later, then somebody else backs back up, puts it in their truck or whatever, and it just takes off.
Yes.
And we've seen some of the other smaller thrift stores around town. Some, not all, but some of them have some of the things that were donated to us that never got to us end up in their thrift store. So, and that's not all of them. I'm not pointing any fingers at everyone, but we just know that has happened. So,
Yes.
So again, it's just one of those things. And then again, people drop off after hours or on a Sunday, and then the weather comes, and whatever they dropped off, very nice, gets soaked or damaged, and we hate to see that because that's not the intent. No one ever had that intent that their things be worthless then once they get rained on or stolen.
So you think we're helping with the economy?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, okay. Well, tell us a little bit about the event that's going on that folks could jump in and help us with.
Well, in just about 5 weeks, I think, figure out the weeks, but it's March 12th.
That's not 5 weeks.
And that's not 5 weeks, but
No.
March 12th, we are going to be having our Boys Abstinence Tailgate Bash. It's our 6th annual one. And what we do is it's for the 7th grade boys from all over the county. So the schools bring them to the conference, well, actually NOC and the NOC campus, and we'll have the presentation in the Briggs Auditorium. But it's a talk on abstinence. This year we're going to have Brent Price is going to be talking to the boys about abstinence and the character that it takes to be a strong man. And of course, the amazing thing is in our society today, that's completely out of whack. The message that's being sent through most of the media is that men aren't important, that they don't need to be there to be a good father. Or if they are a father, just check out most of the sitcoms, most of the commercials, and you'll see what at least the entertainment business thinks of what men are as far as fathers go. And so there's some of that in what he'll be talking about, but a lot of it's just going to be that constant barrage that our young people are faced with nowadays to become sexually active so early, and to understand that there are such consequences, negative consequences to being sexually active early, and that it hurts people. There's emotional pain, there's emotional hurt, there's oftentimes financial woe. Lives are altered from choices made in a moment of passion when they shouldn't even have got to that point. And it's kind of a sad situation. And that's why we have opportunities like this, and we're thankful for Pegasus being able to let us get this message out and that call that we need men. Because we are going to have probably 400 plus boys from all over Garfield County and probably
All
Kingfisher.
around 11 to 13 years old in the 7th grade.
That's right. And they are going to be hearing a message that they don't get much in this world today.
Bring your Frisbees.
That's right.
Footballs.
But we need good Christian men who will come in and show these young boys that, first of all, men care.
Yeah.
And that there are still good men out there that are modeling for these young boys. Because a lot of these boys, and I can't speak, I don't know all their homes, but I know, statistically speaking, that probably 50% of these boys probably don't have a male figure in the home. And then, of course, you don't know how many of them have a good male figure in their home. So it's one of those things that is so incredibly important. It's a one-time deal that we get, and we do it with the schools. We are unabashedly a Christian organization, Hope Outreach Ministries, and I'm so thankful that I get to work for a Christian organization, and it's a fantastic thing. But in respect to the schools, in agreement with the schools, this is not a Christian event. We will not speak and talk about the name of Christ. We will not be quoting and claiming God in these things, although I do it personally, and we do it as an organization out of respect for the schools and understanding between separation of church and state. That will not be what we're doing. Of course, if you're a Christian person, you understand the morality, the ideas, the character that we're talking about comes from our Christian beliefs, comes from what we're wanting for these young men to have, and that's why we call for Christian men to be there, because you can be that model. While we may not be able to speak the name of Christ at this event, we can be Christ at this event.
6 years, 5 years rather, I have yet to find one man who's ever walked away from that event and participated unscathed, where that event did not impact him.
Yes.
And as well as him impacting the kids. There's some pretty rough kids, but there's some kids that are just, they're amazed that somebody would even bother showing up for them. And
to take the time out of their day to throw the Frisbee, throw a football, talk to them about the game last night. That's all we're asking the guys to do. And I want to make that clear. We're not asking any of the guys to bring the message. That's what Brent's going to be doing. He's going to be talking about the abstinence and how it's best, it's a good choice for you, your family, your future. He's going to be talking about all those things. All we're asking the guys to do, the male mentors, is to come out and be a buddy. Be a model for them that day. Talk to them about the Thunder. Talk to them about how school's going. Talk to them about those type of things. Or just throw the football and the Frisbee around with them. Because like you said, just that somebody would take that time, a few hours out of their day, to show that those boys, to make them realize that they are important.
so where are we going to find these men?
Well, hopefully they're going to find us. But we're going to appeal to, Enid has over 100-some churches here in town.
Yes.
I can tell you last year, and I've been doing this event before I even started working for Hope Outreach. I've been with Hope Outreach for almost 4 years. This is our 6th time doing it. So I've done it a couple times before when I was carpenter and youth minister.
I remember.
And I love.
You were in my pictures.
I love doing it. But the numbers of boys that I've had to have per year have grown, because it seems like we're getting less and less men coming out there. If we could have 100 men come, that means that they'd have about 4 boys each 3 to 4 boys each if we could have about 100. You know how many churches we have here in this town, Lee?
About 120,
About
123 maybe,
Yeah, well over 100.
and it changes.
So we're saying if we could have one man, just one man from each church, which we'd love to have more than one man from each church, but one man from each church, send somebody from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock out at NOC by Briggs Auditorium on March 12th, we will have more than enough male mentors for that day. Each church, one man. Think about the Sunday schools. If we just had one man out of each Sunday school, we'd have probably one-on-one coverage for all the boys that day.
And tailgates are not just restricted to pickup trucks, right?
That's right.
Jeeps.
We call it a tailgate bash, but you know what? I don't have a tailgate. I have a trunk, that's right. And we just ask that they bring some lawn chairs, 2 or 3 lawn chairs, 4 if you got them.
Yeah.
Bring a Frisbee, bring a football. Come out and just spend a little bit of time
Bring a
with the boys.
guitar.
You could sing a little bit.
Come
We've
on.
had some guys bring out some hot rods and
Yeah,
show those
that's
off.
been fun.
That was pretty fun too. But you know, that's it's just a wonderful opportunity.
And sometimes the fire department, well, it has one at one time before, brought an old fire truck so the boys could check it out.
Yeah, the old fire truck, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we have hot dogs. We feed them. Jumbo's is donating the food. Thank you, Jumbo's.
Who's cooking?
Usually the firemen do that for us. We're still checking and trying to get some of this stuff lined up, but they've
Awesome.
done it many times in the past. So we're praying that they'll still do that for us again. But they do a great job, and we just have
And firemen know how to make hot dogs.
they keep it under control too, so that it doesn't get out of hand. So it's good to have them there. And we've had it at NOC for the past couple of years. It's been a great venue, and we appreciate them letting us have it out there at NOC at the Briggs Auditorium, and we get to kind of play on the old golf course until it's time to.
Oh, a perfect
to go
place.
in there. Yeah, it's a fantastic place. The boys get a little bit of energy out. And
I'm glad we're waiting until March.
yeah,
So.
yeah. I wish. Hopefully, it'll be really nice. And God's blessed it. We've had very good weather every time we've had it, and I just know God's hands involved in that. So, just again, a wonderful opportunity. And like I said, it's a chance for us as a community to tell these boys they are important, they are valuable, and what they do matters. And, you know, we don't get that opportunity very much to be able to speak to 400 to 450 of the same age.
And it's a key
same,
age.
Same slice of our demographic. We get to bring that message of abstinence. The girls got that message in September and at the girls' tea. Now, this is the boys' time to get it at the boys' tailgate bash. And we have a lot of ladies who we asked to come out for the girls' tea. They decorate a table, a fantastic amount. They host a table. They do all of this stuff, and they sit down with the girls throughout the whole event and everything else. The ladies really get involved in it. All we're asking the guys to do, bring some lawn chairs, a Frisbee, or a football, come out and talk to some boys. That's all you got to do. And sit with them during the
And it's
event.
okay if you get mustard on your shirt.
That's right. It's okay. And eat some hot dogs.
It's just us guys.
That's right. It'll be a lot of testosterone there.
That's
that day.
right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what do we do if we have kids or grandkids in this event? Shouldn't we want to participate financially?
Hey, we can always use some financial help.
Or where do we take that? Where does it go?
Hope Outreach Ministries, or they can call the parenting ministry, which is 237-2292. That's good information to know.
237-2292.
The Hope Outreach Parenting Ministry. If you don't get that, look us up in the phone book. Hope Outreach. We'll get you to whatever person you need to. Register with the ladies there to let them know that you're coming. We guys, I know, because I'm a guy too, we like to say, yeah, I'll do it, and then we show up at the last minute. What we need is guys to commit, saying, I will do it, put it on their calendar, and then let us know so that we can plan number of men that we have actually mentoring for us that day. But beyond volunteering and calling the parenting ministry at 237-2292, talking with Ann or Glenda, we can use financial support for this. We try to buy all the boys a little something to be able to give them as a reminder, a wristband this year. As I said, Jumbo's is donating the food, which we're so thankful for. But
That's
we
a lot of hot
also
dog. A lot of buns.
we have to cover the rental of the facility and all of those type of things. And there's just a lot of moving parts that we cover as Hope Outreach. So that money will go towards that if somebody would like to financially donate if they can't make it, or like you say, if they have a son or grandson involved in it and they'd like to support this, we would love to have that support. And again, it could be made out to Hope Outreach, put a little annotation on there that it's for the abstinence event, and we'll make sure that it goes straight
And the
to that.
easiest way to donate is go on our website
That's right.
at hopeoutreach.org and do a donate now and donate with your credit card.
Yeah, very easy.
And it's being done all the time now.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate that. We try to make it easy for you as possible. But if I've got a grandson that's going to be in it this year, and I'm going to donate.
Fantastic.
So
That's great.
yeah, come on. All you folks out there that have kids, boys that are going to be in this event, let's donate and let's participate. Bring your tailgate. Did I say all that right?
A lot of eights in there.
Come on, let's go in there and let's have a good time with these boys and show them that we care. And it's a real critical time of their life at 12 years old, 7th grade, and early junior high, when all things are brand new and
A lot of physical change.
A lot of physical change, and you're looking at things like you never saw before. And life as a boy is going away, and he's turning into a young man.
Yeah. Well, and the message we're going to bring is very counterculture.
Well, here's my poster. Can you get a close-up of that poster? Any way you can get a close-up of that tailgate poster? All right. That's it? All right. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. And thank you all for listening to us. And we really pray that you will pray about this, because if you don't feel led to do it, then don't. But we really would ask that everybody really pray about this and see if God's calling them to do this with us.
And I know there's a lot of intercessories, prayer folks that will watch this show. And please include us on your list of prayers, because we really want this to be an impacting event, positive impacting event on these boys' lives.
Amen.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you for your time today here at Hope Update here at Pegasus Community Talk. My name is Lee Langshaw, and I'm wishing you and blessing you a wonderful evening.
Millions of people face orthodontic problems. Left untreated, they can detract from dental, physical, and emotional health. Detection and treatment by an orthodontist is the key to preventing and correcting these problems. With 2 to 3 years of advanced, specialized education beyond dental school, orthodontists are dentistry's experts in the field of orthodontics. They're dedicated to straightening teeth and jaws. A healthy, attractive smile is priceless. Put yours in the care of the most qualified professional.